Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Master League. And let's see if we can get some wins here. We're going to be using the Gyarados paired with the Dialga and the Metagross in the back. One thing to note is this Dialga that we are running is Best Buddy 100% maxed out. So this is probably the most difficult one to max out, but it is Master League after all. So here we're going to go for the Draco to grab a shield or get some huge damage. Our opponent does reveal Fire Punch, so most likely this is running Fire Punch and Precipice Blades. We know that they are just going to be throwing these Fire Punches, but we're going to be able to resist all of these. Here we're going to let the next Fire Punch go, and we do get the farm down finally. And let's see what comes back in here. It does end up being the Palkia, so we're going to throw this Crunch. This Crunch is going to do some neutral damage. Trying to get a debuff. No debuff. However, we're going to be able to reach another Crunch here. This is going to grab that last shield, and then we're going to go into our Metagross. 2-shield Metagross. Is it going to be enough? We tank the first Aqua Tail because we are sure that they're going to be able to get to another move. Now we're going to be shielding. We're looking for a farm down. Oh, wow. No farm down, unfortunately. Here we see that they have the Dialga in the back. We're going to go for this Earthquake immediately. It doesn't KO, but let's see if we're going to be able to farm a little bit extra. Go for this Meteor Mash here. It does take out the Dialga, and then we're going to switch out immediately into the Gyarados because the Dragon Breaths are doing super effective damage, and we are able to win that game. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game. 2-shield Metagross, breakdown, and the Gyarados finishing out the team. So that last team had a pretty tanky tier. Okay, Zygarde here, a little bit more difficult to deal with. We are going to switch out into the Dialga and tank the Crunch. We do avoid the debuff, which is really good. Here we're going to throw the Iron Head bait. We do grab that shield, and that's really good news for us. Now we're going to have a decision. Are we going to shield here or let this go? We decided to shield here because we did get the opponent to use one shield already. Now we're going to force them to make a decision. Are they going to shield or let this go? They do double shield, so that's exactly what we wanted out of that Dialga matchup. We're going to go back here with the Gyarados. This Gyarados here is going to be able to tank the move. Crunch does get used. Defense drops, though, so let's see what comes back in. Ends up being the Xerneas. Xerneas switches out into the Mewtwo, so they're a little bit of energy disadvantage. We're going to keep on farming. We have to shield here and preserve the health. It ends up being the Side Strike bait, but that's fine. We're going to be able to come back in here with the Metagross versus the Xerneas. We have a Meteor Mash, and we are able to farm down. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game, mainly because of the Dialga. The Dialga did tremendous amount of work, breaking down 2 shields and letting our backline just take over. Okay, right here, just get revealed. They switch into their Dialga. We're going to go into our Metagross here. Metagross is going to be able to resist these Dragon Breaths, but they're going to be able to throw a move. We are going to show the first one. Ends up being the Draco Meteor. Draco is going to debuff their attack, so we're just going to throw these Meteor Mashes. It looks like we're trying to build up to 2 Meteor Mash. Okay, it looks like they're going to be able to get to another move. Ends up being the other Draco, so they have elected to go for the double debuff. We go for the Meteor Mash here, and then we get another Meteor Mash. Are they going to double shield? Yes, they will. Oh, wow. So we're going to switch out immediately into the Dialga, and then we get the Rhyperior to come back in. This Rhyperior here is going to throw the Break and Swipe. We are going to throw this Draco here to deal as much damage as possible. It does take out the Rhyperior, and then we see the Necrozma in the back. Necrozma here is going to be having to deal with our Gyarados with 1 shield. We know that they are going to be able to okay, they go for the Outrage. Wow. Okay, Outrage Necrozma. We know that we have to throw this Crunch. It's going to be super effective, but it will not KO. We're going to try to catch a move. Oh, unfortunately unable to catch the move, and they are going to be able to win this game here. Outrage does get used again. Dialga comes back in with a little bit of health, but we cannot allow it to farm us down. And we can see right here, they're able to take us out right there. So that was a tough team to deal with. Kind of a tanky team, honestly. The fact that they had the Necrozma in the back was kind of a core breaker for our team. But in hindsight, we should have thrown the Earthquake versus the Dialga. Okay, here we go. We got the Gyarados versus the Ho-Oh here. They do shield the initial Aqua Tail. Here we're going to throw up the shield. It ends up being the Brave Bird, so that's a really good shield by us. They go into the Zygarde, and then we're going to have to go into our Dialga here as we are trying to apply a lot of fast move pressure. You can see our fast move pressure has already got them into the low green, and now they're into the yellow. Go for this iron here to get them into the red. We're just gonna double shield here and look for the farm down if we can. Okay, we do get the farm down, and now whatever comes back in here, we're just gonna throw the Draco. This is gonna get the shield, or it's gonna get the KO. Our opponent here does elect to throw the Incinerate, so we're gonna switch out in the middle of the animation, throw the Aqua Tail, and next thing you see, Xerneas lurking in the back. So Xerneas here is going to be a problem. We know that we are going to have to get this into farm down range. They throw the move first. Moonblast does take out the Gyarados, which is fine. Now we're going to come back in here with the Metagross. Metagross here is going to look for the farm down, I believe. Close combat does help us get the farm down. Let's see. Okay, they don't allow us to get the farm down. We switch out immediately once they reveal Ho-Oh, and we do catch the Brave Bird, and that's exactly what we need to do to win this game. We're going to be able to farm down, and we have energy on the Metagross. We're going to be able to throw this Meter Mash, and boom! Down goes the Xerneas. So GG's to our opponent, able to win that game with a catch. If we didn't catch that Ho-Oh move, we would have lost. The Ho-Oh ended up having 2 energies worth of Brave Birds, and honestly, shielding the first one and catching the second one was the key. Alright, Mirror Gyarados here. Let's see what moveset they're going to be running here. Okay, it looks like they are going to be throwing a move first. Crunch does get thrown. We're going to throw this Crunch after then. We do avoid the debuff, thankfully. And then both of us here are just racing for the move. Let's say we are... Oh, a little bit of lag right there. They're going to be able to throw the Aqua Tail. We're going to save this energy here and go into the Dialga. Energy with Dialga here hopefully is good enough for it to win. Our opponent here decides to use their Rhyperior. They are at a slight energy disadvantage, but they're looking for the farm down. But do we get enough energy advantage to get to another move? No, unfortunately, we get our energy sniped, and they are going to be able to switch out into their Metagross. We do have the health advantage and shield advantage. We do have the mirror Metagross happening right now. We know that we're going to have to expend these shields eventually. Looks like we're going to be building up a good amount of energy here. We're going to throw this Meter Mash here to try to get the last shield. We don't get the last shield, but our opponent does switch out into the Rhyperior. We're going to just tank the first one here. Trying to get the farm down if we can. Looks like they're going to throw another Breaking Swipe. They have enough energy for a third Breaking Swipe, so we have to shield here. Looking for the farm down. We do get the farm down. And we have 2 Meter Mashes here, but I think the opposing Metagross already has a Metagross or Meter Mash, so unfortunately, we lose off of a CAP tie right there. So check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.